Now recently, with the sun shining, I've been thinking, what convertible can you buy for less than £20,000 that would do the job of serving a sports convertible in the summer sunshine? And I think we might have found it. This is the Abarth 124 Spider. This car has done 12,000 miles. It's less than £20,000. They sound awesome, they look incredible, and this one, in this contrasting colour scheme, I think suits it so well. Now, if you didn't know much about these cars, I think, in my opinion, they're a little underrated. They're powered by a 1.4 petrol engine, yet somehow Abarth have engineered them to sound like they're something much bigger of an engine. They sound absolutely awesome. This example has recently landed in stock, and it was actually a car we previously supplied. So we've had this one in stock a while ago. We've just bought it back off the chap. And even though it's done such low mileage, he's still just had the belts done, which is a big service on these cars. So regardless of mileage, he has still completed that. So we'll start with a quick look around the exterior, the styling of this car, and then I think we better hit the road and just see, can it do the job of what we said, less than £20,000, an awesome experience and a fun summer car, because this is exactly what the Abarths are about. As you'll see, you've got the matte black stripe throughout, which continues to the front bonnet. It also serves as paint protection. Because it's matte, it's got this sort of finish where it doesn't stone chip as easy as paint does, which is quite a cool feature, and of course that's all from factory. It is indeed a fabric convertible roof. That's manual, but it's actually really easy to use. The other thing you'd need in a summer sports car is a little bit of space. Of course, it is a convertible, so we don't expect a lot. Thankfully, the Abarth 124 Spider comes with a reasonable amount. I think for the size of the car, that's probably what you would expect. You wouldn't really expect any more than that, would you? This example is an automatic as well. It's really fun to drive. It's got the paddles on the shifters and even the red sports centre line on the steering wheel itself. So it definitely looks and feels like a sports car even when you're sat inside of it. But the sun is shining, so let's hit the road. So now we're inside the Abarth 124. To start the vehicle, it is a push button start with that one just there. As you'll see, for a 1.4 engine, it has got a real nice tone. I don't think there's another 1.4 engine out there that sounds quite like this, from factory at least. Now oddly, on these cars, there isn't actually many optional extras you can get. There is a bit of a small and a bit of a weird option, if I'm honest. It's this. These two cup holders, believe it or not, are apparently optional extras. Quite a strange thing to have an optional extra, but I suppose it's a good thing that it has got it. The interior consists of a mixture of leather, Alcantara, a bit of plastic here and there, but all in all, it's pretty high quality. For example, dashboard Alcantara with that red stitch, steering wheel fully made of leather, same red stitching, and even on the center console with the Abarth logo embossed there, the Abarth Scorpion, you've also got it in Alcantara. Handbrake is also leather. So yeah, it's definitely a nice place to be. The infotainment system, if you haven't had one of these cars before, is a little bit different from other cars, I would say. Perhaps not the most easy thing to use until you've got used to it, but once you have got used to it, it's not really bad to use. It's all controlled with this little dial here. And of course, sport mode is that one there. And just your gear shift is down into drive and across into manual mode. We'll leave it in normal drive mode at the moment. We'll put it into sport as well. And with the roof down, there's quite a bit of exhaust noise, I would say, but it's not a noisy, deafening tone. It's the sort of tone you want in a summer sports car. My hair's going to blow away. It's going to expose my hairline. Now, space in the Abarth, it is of course a two-seater, very small, compact sports convertible. I'm just over 6 foot, but actually it's pretty reasonable. I don't feel like I'm being squished from the door. Legroom, the seat is, well, I believe all the way back at that. The seat is all the way back, but I am sitting comfortably. So I think if you were perhaps taller than that if you were 7 foot or so, it might not be just as comfy. Now we're on a bit of a twisty back road, which I would say is what this car is all about. It is a rear-wheel drive car, so handling is very agile. It's very fun as well if you want it to be. It can be quite playful. Suspension isn't overly hard. It is a sports car, so is it comfortable? I think the seats definitely help. The seats are really comfortable. And on a flat, relatively gentle road, it doesn't feel like driving an overly harsh car. Now, if I was comparing this car to an animal, I would compare it to a terrier, for the reason that it's feisty, it's ready to go. Though it's small, it's quite mighty. It's absolutely more than enough power. You can hear it on the downshift as well. Genuinely, this car sounds awesome. On the upshift, you get quite a pop and a crack from the exhaust. And with it being rear-wheel drive, it doesn't drive like a regular small front-wheel drive car. If you do put your foot down on a corner, you can feel it just wants to get a little bit playful. It really is such an underrated car, I feel. And from such a small engine, it's the perfect amount of power, I think, for this car. I think the Abarth 124 is one of those cars that you feel like you're going so much quicker than you actually are, and you don't need to go quick in it to have so much fun. It differs from something with a lot more power, say a supercar with 500-600 brake horsepower. You have to go quick to enjoy that. In this car, you feel like you're going quick even when you're not, and you have just as much enjoyment as you would in a far more expensive, far more powerful car. That's why this Abarth 124 shines and does so well, fills its niche really, really nicely. So the Abarth 124 Spider is certainly and seriously impressive. I think the main thing with this car is the fact you can have just as much fun as you can in a car with at least double the power. I think a lot of people get held up on the fact of brake horsepower 0 to 60 times, but really the main thing with a car is how much fun you can have in it. I feel that's what we need to start measuring with these cars. The Abarth 124 Spider certainly fulfills that, especially on a summer's day like today. It's an absolute blast to drive, handles incredibly well, sounds awesome, and it's relatively cheap to run. The car's actually just landed in stock with us here at ALX Specialist Cars. Get in touch today for any more info on this Abarth 124 Spider.